1:15 to go in this one. Bendel and Kozik, Hamill, top three. All three on 17-lap runs. Hamill back on his horse here. Within 1/10 of Kyle Kozik. 1:05 to go. Leashing up to that 4 spot. Jaden Wyatt. 17 and a 5:08 to pace off our leader, Matty B. Kozik, 17 and a 5:16. 5:17 for Hamill. Separation there, 6/10. Leashing on a 15 and a 5:01. 15 and a 5:12 for Jaden. 12 and a 5:05 for Wyatt with 45 seconds to go. Leader through to chicane. Dropping down to a 17 and a 5:10 pace now. A little bit off. 18-2 across the line. Still Kozik and Hamill, 2 and 3. Leash and Jaden and Wyatt. Time about to expire here. Excellent driving there from Jaden and Pat Hamill. Keep going, keep going. Everybody is still live. Keep going until I call your name. Watch coming on the straight. Clear now. Keep going, keep going. Matty B, you are the first one done. Pat Hamill is done. Jaden Bendelin done. Kozik done. Waiting on Leashin and Wyatt. Couple more to finish here. Leashin done. Here comes Wyatt down the straightaway in that clear car. And that's it. All in, all done. Matty B going to take that one. 17 and a 5:10. 5:15 for Kozik. 5:17 for Hamill. 16 for Leashin. 15 for Jaden. And 13 for Wyatt. I need all the guys from that last race right out to Marshall. If someone wanted to... Wow, Danny, I figured you'd grab that number 3 blower, help a brother out here. Maybe not. Hey, Matty B, can you grab that number 3 blower? Oh, Kyle's got it. Thanks, buddy. All right, you guys can roll him around, check him in. Mr. Sherwin, you want to slide into this middle marshalling position instead? That would please me. Watch it in the center after the kids' table. Kids' table. You're just going to have a chameleons-like view. A lot of transponders checking this one. All right, everybody is checked in. Straightaway is closed. The order in this one going to be Elliott, Craig, Shane, Talon, Daryl, Matthew, and Preston Shear. All right, guys, Marshall's look alive. Drivers, I'm going to call you by name. Elliott. KOB. Shane. Watching sweeper. Talon Didi. Daryl. Matt Erdman. And a Preston Shear. Couple more 21.5 heaters in this race. Nice and easy out there. Settle in. Watch it after the big triple. Watch after triple. Excellent Marshall in there. Watch after kids table. Clear now. Easy, Elliott. right about 55 seconds in, it is KOB on the point. Daryl Frank, Matt Erdman, Didi, Shear, Knott, and Castillo work together out there. Faster driver comes up on you, give him some room. Leader will be on Elliott next. That's the leader right in front of you, Elliott. Patience, Elliott. 120 in, 340 to go. O'Brien still in that top spot, 17 and a 5.05 the pace. 5.11 for Frank, 5.17 for Didi. 16 for Erdman, watching a triple, go wide in a triple. 15 for Shear, 14 for Knott. O'Brien across the line, 17-4. 17 and a 5.03 the pace now from KOB. Talon Didi up to the 2 spot now, 17 and a 5.09 for him. 5.10 for Daryl Frank, so separation there, just 1/10. Work together. Leader on you, Elliott. Excellent. So O'Brien, Didi, Frank, top 3. Then we got Erdman, Shear, Knott, and Castillo. Top 3 guys on a 17-lap pace. Erdman on a 16.01. Fast lap for him, 18.2 last time by. Preston Shear on 16 and a 5.13. Shane Knott on a 13. Elliott on a 12. With 2:35 to go. Leader working down the line here. He's in that white, maroon, yellow. Yellow wheels working in front of the driver's stand. Last time by 17.5. Stout laps coming off the AE B7 car of Craig O'Brien right now. 17 and a 5.02 is a pretty stellar pace. Last round of Sweet Heat, I believe that would have put you in the top 3. So O'Brien coming out swinging here. Looking to make a name for himself in the Sweet Heat series. 3 down, 2 to go. 17.7 again across the line for O'Brien. 17 and a 5.02 the pace and holding. Talon Didi in that 2 spot. He's only 1.7 seconds off of KOB right now. Didi comes across with a 17.8. All these guys grouping up. Good patience there. Talon Didi meandering his way through the traffic, doing the best he can under Pat's legs, through the hoops. Didi doing what he can. These guys getting clogged up. That's going to cost him a couple seconds, but not too bad. 1:25 to go. O'Brien laying down his best lap on lap number 11. It's a 17.4. Backs it up with a 17.4. So O'Brien in the zone now. Craig in front of the driver's stand. Didi still in that 2 spot, working down the line here. Last time by 20.9, backs it up 17.7. Didi back on his horse. Sweeper, sweeper, sweeper. Go low, low, low. One more, Kyle. Good hustle. Daryl Frank in that 3 spot. Preston Shear, Matt Erdman, Shane Knott, Elliott Castillo watching on the straightaway. Clear now. 50 seconds to go. Watch going into the chicane. Hamill getting a workout out there. O'Brien across the line, 17.7. Holding his pace at a 17 and a 5.02. Didi in that 2 spot, 17 and a 5.08. These guys looking to go 1 and 2 so far in the order. Daryl Frank hanging out in that 3rd spot all race, 17 and a 5.12 for him. Erdman, 16.09, 15 for Shear, 14 for Knott. 12 for Elliott Castillo. Watch coming out of the chicane. Watching chicane exit. Clear now. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Everybody is still alive. Work together to the end here. Patience is a factor. Excellent. Patience out there, Talon. Oh, yeah. Didi threading the needle. O'Brien and Talon Didi, you guys are done. Preston Shear, you are done. Shane Knott, Castillo, done. Waiting on one more. Just waiting on Daryl Frank. Here he comes down the line. All right, that's all in, all done. Marshals on your blowers, please. Craig O'Brien going to take that one. 17 and a 5.02. 06 for Talon Didi. 17 and a 5.16 for Daryl Frank. 16 for Erdman. 15 for Shear. 14 for Knott. And 12 for Elliott Castillo. All right, all those guys from the last race out to Marshall. All right, you guys go ahead. Roll them around, check them in. Don't run over Craig O'Brien, Lucas. Okay, thank you. Where's Benjamin? Just waiting on one more to check in. There he is, all in. Straightaway is now closed. Race number 3 on the track right now. The order is as follows. It's Justin Broughton, Jose Garay, Lucas Lenhart, Chris Sherwin, Bill Collins, Mike Chesney, and Dan Nickel. All right, I'm going to call you guys by name. Bet you didn't see that coming. Justin Broughton, Jose Garay, Lucas Lenhart, Chris Sherwin, William Collins, Mike Chesney, and Dan Nickel. All right, nice and easy work together out there. Little give, little take. Laps number 1 and 2 going to go to Jose Garay, Broughton, Chesney. Top 3 early on. We got Collins, Sherwin, Lenhart, and Nickel. We got a whole lot of racing to go in this one. 4:05 to go in this one. All black with the white wheels, trying to set the pace early on here. Patience is a factor. Excellent driving there in front of the stand. These guys working together out there. This is wonderful. 3:45 to go. Jose last time by 17.6. Going to back it up at 18.2. A little bit of traffic involved there. 17 and a 5:11 the pace from Jose. He's currently working over the kids' table section right now. Mike Chesney up to that 2 spot. 19 flat last time by across the line. Backs it up with a 19 flat. Chesney turning smooth, consistent laps out there. Currently residing in that number 2 position. 16 and a 5:07 for him. 5:09 for Justin Broughton in the 3 spot. So Chesney and Broughton separated by about 0.5 of a second right now. Work together on a straightaway here. Patience. Oh, that was not very patient, Lucas. 2 down, 3 to go. Garay, Chesney, Broughton. Then we got Sherwin, Collins, Lenhart, and Nickel. Jose Garay, the only guy on a 17-lap pace right now, working up with some traffic here. Leader will be on Lucas Lenhart and then William Collins. Justin Broughton in that 2 spot now, taking it over from Chesney. Separation there, just 0.7. Chesney down to the 3, Sherwin to the 4. Sherwin on a 15 and a 5 flat right now. Itching for that 16-lap run, and there it is. Bill Collins in that 5 spot, 15 and a 5:04 for him. 15.517 for Lenhart. Nickel on a 14 and a 5:01 with 2:20 to go. Oh, man. Didn't see what happened. Rough lap there for Jose Garay from the 1 to the 3. Justin Broughton moving up to the top spot now. Broughton in that good-looking car right there, red and yellow, working onto a straightaway. Shout-out Scotty Ernst for the paint inspiration. Chesney hanging on to that 2 spot, dropping to 18.9 last time by across the line. Only a 0.5 second off our leader with 1:55 to go. Garay recovers with an 18.4. Hanging on to that 3 spot. He's 0.8 off of Chesney now. Then we got Sherwin, Collins, Nickel, and Lenhart. Battle for that number 5, 6, 7 positions down there. Lenhart, Collins, and Nickel. Those 3 separated by less than 1 second right now. No margin for error no matter what area on the scoreboard you are. These guys all separated by tenths. Garay trying to creep his way back up the order. Another questionable lap. Going to drop him back down to the third with 1:15 to go. Watch in front of stand. Clear now. Justin Broughton hanging on to that top spot. Yellow and red. Good looking scheme. Watch it after the kids' table. 18.6 last time by for our leader. 16 and a 5:04 to pace. He's separated now 3 seconds over Mike Chesney in that 2 spot. Chesney on a 16 and a 5:08. 5:10 for Garay. 5:12 for Sherwin. And still the battle for the number 5 spot rages on. Nickel, Collins, and Lenhart. Those 3 separated by a couple seconds. 45 seconds to go. Work together coming on the straightaway here. All these guys starting to group up, share the same straightaway. Only 35 seconds to go. Work it out. Rather give up 3/10 than 3 seconds. Watch coming on to straightaway. Go high coming on. Oh, man. Collins, I mean, he got the lap, and it worked, kind of. Oh. Never lift. Craig O'Brien with the generous marshal. Collins did score that lap, so that worked out. Keep going. Chicane, caution, patience. Watch coming on to straightaway. Go high coming on. Go high coming on. Clear now. Justin Broughton, you are done. You are the first one done. Lucas Lenhart is done. Everybody else still live. Jose Garay, you are done. Racing behind you and in front of you, Jose. Please pull off line. So we're still waiting for Sherwin, Chesney, Nickel, and Collins. Sherwin is done. Waiting on 3 more. Chesney, Nickel, and Collins. There's Chesney. Dan Nickel is done. And William Collins is done. All in, all done. Justin Broughton going to take that one. 16 and a 5:02. 05 for Garay. 16, 5:11 for Sherwin. 5:12 for Chesney. Nickel on a 15 and a 5:12. 15, 5:19 for Collins. And Lucas on a 14 and a 5:01. Help him out, Talon. Yeah, he's got little arms. All right, moving up to the nitty-gritty here. We're in the B sort. And what's this? It's Dan Jones, ladies and gentlemen, a late arrival. Go ahead, roll him around, check him in. Race number 4, warming him up right now. All right, straightaway is closed. Straightaway is closed. All right, the order in this one, I'm going to go Dalton, Gavin, Nick, Skyler, Brian Letarte, Jonathan Bailey, Adam Chidara, Michelle, and Dan Jones. All right, I'm going to call you by name. Dalton, Gavin, Nick Peters, Skyler, Brian, Jonathan, Adam, Michelle, and Dan Jones. Watch coming on the straightaway, go high. Settle in, settle in. We got 9 cars out there. because I'm not going to name names, but somebody showed up 1 minute and 30 seconds before racing. And he is in the B part of the series, so had to bump him in. Work together out there. First couple laps going to Peters. Miller, Mandela, Jones, Letarte. That's Brian and Michelle. Chidara, Castillo, Bailey. 3:55 to go. Mandela jumps to the top spot, watching on a straightaway go low. Clear now. Expedited marshalling there from a Mr. Sherwin. Mandela across the line, 17.6, new hot lapper to race on lap 4. 17 and a 5.07 the early pace. Peters on 17, 5.11, 5.13 for Miller, 5.14 for Jones, 5.18 for Michelle. 16 and a 5.02 for Chidara. All these guys jumping around right now, 3:20 to go. Still Mandela, Peters, Miller, top 3. Mandela got 8/10 on Peters, who's got 3/10 on Miller. 1.3 seconds back is Jones, Castillo, Chidara, Letarte and Bailey watching the carousel corner and up the hill. Quick footwork there, not quick enough. It's sorted back out. Work together. 2:10 in, 2:50 to go. All these drivers cycling across the line here, surely to change the order. Everybody jumping around, so it's still Mandela on top, separated now 3 seconds from Peters. Then we got Chidara, Castillo, Jones, Miller, Letarte, and Bailey. Peters and Chidara separated by half a second. Castillo and Jones, 7/10. Miller and Jones, 7/10. All these drivers shuffling around here. No driver separated by more than 2 seconds. Most of them less than 1. The only one in his own zip code right now is Skylar Mandela. Mandela working on the back of the pink and white. I believe that is Castillo. These guys touching wheels side by side in that triple section, making it stick. Excellent driving there from Gavin and Dalton. Leader coming up on sit-down Jones next here. 1:50 to go. Where's Peters? Peters working across the line. He's in that all white. Watching in front of the driver's stand. That's our leader getting it wrong. Skylar had about a 5.5 second lead right now. It's going to be dwindling. Patience is a factor. Excellent. Good driving there from Skylar. 1:30 to go. So now it's Mandela, Chidara, Peters. Mandela and Chidara separated by 1.7. Nick Peters 1 second off of that. And Jones another 6/10 back. And Castillo 2/10 off of him. So top 5 drivers within about 3 seconds right now. Miller in that 6th spot. Michelle, Brian, and Jonathan. Michelle and Brian separated by 6/10. 4 down, 1 to go. Work together, keep it clean to the end. Peters getting the short end of the deal there, trying to make his move. Just catches that pipe. Losing precious time here, 40 seconds to go. Mandela hanging on to the top spot, 17 and a 5:10 for him. $17 and a 5:14 for Chidara, 5:16 for Castillo. Top 3 drivers, only ones on 17 now. Gavin Miller up to the 4 spot, 16 and a flat. 0.2 for Peters, 0.6 for Letarte. 16 and a 15 for Michelle, 19 for Bailey, 15 and a flat for Jones. 10 seconds to go. Keep it clean to the end. Work together to the end here. Everybody's still live. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Nick Peters, you are the first one done. Everybody else is still going except for Nick Peters. Everyone else is still going. Jonathan Bailey, you are done. Brian Letarte, done. Skylar Mandela, Dalton Castillo, done. When I call your name, please pull offline. Gavin Miller is done. Waiting on a couple more. Chidara, done. Michelle is done. Waiting on Jones. And that's it. All in, all done. Mandela going to take that one. 17 and a 5.08. 5.14 for Chidara. Castillo, 5.15. 17 and a 5.16 for Gavin Miller. Peters, 16. Letarte. Jones, 16. Jonathan Bailey, 15. Dan Jones to scoring and timing. Dan Jones to scoring and timing. Had to make a quick little adjustment there. That's going to move Jones into the 4th spot in that last race. All right, drivers. This is our A-sort top 8 21.5 spec racers in the series right now. Go ahead, roll them around and check them in. This is surely to be a close race. Hopefully all my auctioneer training is going to pay off for this qualifier right here. All right, we're all checked in. The order: Larry Wright the 4th, Jamie Tenney's, Danny D, Todd Pfeiffer, Jake Ward, Tyler O'Brien, Jeremy Anstead, and TF Todd Filter. All right. I'm going to call you by name. Larry. JT. Danny. Pfeiffer. Ward. O'Brien. Anstead. And TF Todd Filter. These are our top 8 drivers in the 21.5 series after round 1. Let's see what they can do. 2023 Sweet Heat champion out of the gate with a 17.4. O'Brien, 17.5, 17.6 for Tenney, 17.7 for Anstead and Filter, 17.8 for Detloff, 18 second laps for Ward and Pfeiffer. Wright going to back that first lap up with a 17.3. O'Brien going to back his up with a 17.4. Top 2 guys. It's 1/10 up front, and they're both on 18-lap runs early on in this one. $3.55 to go. Wright, O'Brien, Detloff, Tenney's, Ward, Anstead, Pfeiffer, and Filter. Larry coming across last time by 17.2. Stretching it out to 1.1 over Tyler O'Brien. Top 2 guys still on 18-lap runs, though. Tyler O'Brien comes across with his best lap, 17.4. Slims that margin down to 9/10. Watch it in the chicane. Clear now. That was Danny D, P3, getting it wrong. Last time by for Detloff with a 17.3. He's going to back it up with an 18-something. Ugh, 19 suck. Detloff from the 3 all the way down to the 6. 3:15 to go in this one. Larry Wright just resets the hot lap again. 17 flat. 18 and a 5.12 the pace for Wright. 5.16 for O'Brien. Ward up to that 3 spot with a 17.4 across the line. 17 and a 5.02 is his pace. 0.3 for Tenney. 0.4 for Anstead. 0.6 for Detloff. Watching in front of the stand. Detloff going to tap out again. A couple of these guys getting grouped up. Ward getting the short end of the deal here. 2:50 to go. That was our P3 in that white and red. Getting shafted in the front driver's stand triple. Ward surely to drop some spots now. And he does. Ward from the 3 to the 6. So now it's Wright, O'Brien, and Tenney's. Top 3, Larry all alone on that 18-lap run. He's only got 2.9 seconds on Tyler O'Brien, though. So Larry got to keep it clean, navigate the traffic with a little bit of caution here. O'Brien across the line, 17.8. 2.9 the gap up front. Now it's up to 3.4. Larry Wright got that thing on cruise control with 2:15 to go. Tenney's moving up to that second spot now. So now it's Wright, Tenney's, O'Brien. Tenney's and O'Brien separated by 3/100ths of a second. Back and forth every time they cross the line. Anstead in the 4. Pfeiffer, Ward, Filter, and Detloff. Anstead and Pfeiffer both on 17 and a 5:07. Rough lap for Anstead, going to drop him down a couple spots. 1:50 to go. Tenney's 17.6 last time by. O'Brien 19.2, so Tenney's taking over that number 2 spot. O'Brien down to the 3. Ward in the 4. Anstead, Filter, Pfeiffer, and Detloff. Chicane, clear now. Oh, that was our leader, I believe, getting it wrong. Larry Wright had about a 3.6 second lead on Tenney's, down to 1 second now. 17 and a flat for Wright. 17.01 for Tenney's. We're at 9/10. 1:20 to go. Larry working with the traffic. Ward, smart driving there. Tenney's working down the line. Larry, 17.2. Tenney's with a 17.5. It's 1.2 the gap. 4 down and 1 to go. Tenney's does his best lap when it counts on lap 13. O'Brien not out of this one yet. He's 1.9 off that lead battle. Little break to Ward, Anstead, Filter, and Pfeiffer. Those 4 drivers separated by about 3 seconds right now. Detloff out to lunch in this one. Just looks like the front end of Detloff's car way too heavy, all in the caster blocks. 25 seconds to go. Right, Tenney's, O'Brien, top 3. Larry back on that 18-lap run. Larry gets it wrong again. It was 1.8, the gap up front. He had a little bobble there. It's going to be down to 10ths now. Time is about to expire. The last laps are going to be critical. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Jamie Tenney's, you are done. Caught at the line. Everybody else still live. JT, the only one done. O'Brien done. Danny Detloff done. Larry Wright done. Jake Ward, you are done. Waiting on 3 more. There's Pfeiffer. Waiting on 2 more. Waiting on Filter and Anstead. Done and done. All in, all done. Larry Wright going to squeak that 18-lap run out. 18 and a 5:17. A new TQ for Larry Wright. Tenney's with his hot lap on the last lap. Comes across for the 17 and a 5 flat. 5:05 for O'Brien. 09 for Ward. 17 and a 5:13 for Filter. 16 for Anstead. 16 for Pfeiffer. Separation there, 2/10. 16 and a 5:11 for Danny Detloff. Danny Detloff to scoring and timing. We're going to take a little break here. Get your guys' cars ready. Very short break. I'll put a timer on the screen. Caution us straight away. We're going to have to watch the tape. All right. We can always edit it. You guys will have to settle that upstairs. All right, guys, we're going to take a short break here. Just 15 minutes. Give you some time to get your cars ready. I'm going to do a resort as well. All right, the timer is live. The heats are live on trackside.liverc.com. I'm going to go post them on the board as well. Heats are posted, guys. They're on trackside.liverc.com. They are also posted on the magnetic board. There was a resort, so make sure you check. You'll probably be in a different race, possibly, so make sure you check the heat sheet. There was a resort. Timer on the screen. We're going to go live in about 7 minutes and 45 seconds. About 1 minute, guys. Race number 1 in about 1 minute. So race number 1, guys, start getting them ready. Dan Nickel, Bill Collins, Lucas Lenhart, Shane Knott, Wyatt Beek, Elliot Castillo, and Mikey Sherwin. You guys are in race number 1. Marshals are going to be Larry Wright, JT, both the O'Briens, Talon Didi, Skylar Mandela, Jake Ward, and Maddie B. You guys are the Marshals. All right, let's get them going here. Race number 1, you guys are up. Dan Nickel, Bill Collins, Lucas Lenhart, Shane Knott, Wyatt Beek, Elliot Castillo, and Mikey Sherwin. You guys are up. Marshals are going to be my race number 5. Top 8 guys. LW4, JT, KOB, TOB, Talon Didi, Skylar Mandela, and Jake Ward and Maddie B. That is Matthias Bendelin. Believe he was the 3rd place finisher in last year's Sweet Heat. Maddie B. Wow, get flexed on. He's flexing on you. Yeah, he is. You see it? I saw it. If you were a basketball hoop, he'd be dunking on you. Here comes Mr. Sherwin. Yeah, right. Not a chance. Well, he'll drive it, but there's not a chance I'm going down. Not a chance. Maybe in 2025 you'll get me. All right, roll him around, check him in race number 1. Sorry, I got a very short trash talker delaying the program here. The Prince of Mullets. Just waiting on a check-in from the Macintosh. Shout out Benjamin Kastemeyer. If you're watching, we miss you. All right, everybody is checked in. The order is going to be Dan Nickel, Bill Collins, Lucas Lenhart, Shane Knott, Wyatt Beek, Elliot Castillo, and Mikey Sherwin. All right, Marshals Look Alive drivers, I'm going to call you by name. Dan, Bill, Lucas, Shane, Wyatt, Elliot, and Mikey Sherwin. Race number 1, round number 2. Circulating around the track right now. 21.5 Spec Buggy is the class. Watch coming down the straightaway. Clear now. Whoa, that was cool. Little pirouette there from Collins. Questionable marshalling there from the Sweet Heat former champion. Future E-Buggy A-Main filler. Future E-Buggy lap traffic. 1 down, 4 to go. Larry Wright, the leader on you. Larry Wright, leader is on you. We're 1:15 into this one. It's Lucas Lenhart out front. He's on a 16 and a 5:13. Shane Knott in that 2 spot. 15 and a flat for him. 08 for Nickel. 15 and a 14 for Sherwin. 14 for Collins. 12 for Wyatt. 11 for Elliot Castillo with 3:30 to go. Shane Knott taking over that top spot last time by. Lucas with a slow lap. Watch in front of Stan. Oh, quick evasive maneuver there from William Collins. Our leader parks it. That could give the top spot here to Mikey Sherwin. And it does. Sherwin to the point now. 15 and a 5:05 for him. 06 for Lenhart. Separation 3/10 up front. Now it's Lenhart Sherwin. Separation 2/10. Shane Knott shuffling down to the 3 spot. Watching the chicane going into chicane. .245 to go. Lenhart, Sherwin, Nickel now up to the 3. Collins, Knott, Beek, and Castillo. Halfway down, halfway to go in this one. Top 2 drivers separated by 7/100ths of a second. That's Mikey and Lucas. Both of them on 15 and a 5:03. Nickel hanging on to that 3 spot. 15 and a 5:10 for him. 5:14 for Collins. 14 and a flat for Knott. Wyatt Beek doing his best lap last time by. 23.2. He's on a 13 lap run. Elliott on an 11 and a 5:01 with 2:05 to go. Lenhart across the line last time by 19.1. His best lap on lap number 8. 15 and a 5:01 the pace. He's separated about 3.5 seconds from Dan Nickel in that 2 spot. He's got 5/10 on Sherwin. Now we got Collins, Knott, Beek, and Castillo with 1:50 to go. Leader is in that white, a little bit of rainbow. That classic 90s Apple Macintosh ride, working over the tabletop section. On the back of Dan Nickel. Now in front of Dan Nickel. These guys working together. Excellent driving there. 1:25 to go. Lenhart, Sherwin, Collins. Nickel, Knott, Beek, and Castillo. 1:20 to go. Watch the driver stand triple. Clear now. Lenhart, 18.888 across the line. His best lap last time by. Moves him up to a 16 lap pace now. 16 and a 5:19. Oh, Lenhart going to park it after that big triple. .50 seconds to go. Lenhart, Collins now separated by half a second. The battle's up front. 15 and a 5:05 for both of them. Collins in that bronze. Watch coming on the straightaway. Oh, man. Tenney's throwing his delicate ankles to the wind there, jumping in for the marshal. 15 seconds to go. Lenhart, Collins, Sherwin. Sherwin doing his best lap last time by. Sherwin only 2 seconds off the lead battle right now. Nickel in that 4 spot. Knott, Beek, and Castillo. Keep going. Everybody's still going. Going to come down to the last laps here for the top drivers. Work together. Lucas Lenhart, you are done. Man, Castillo threading the needle out there, flossing in that chicane section. William Collins is done. Shane Knott is done. Castillo done. Nickel done. Just waiting on Wyatt, and that's it. All in, all done. Lucas Lenhart going to take that one on 15 and a 5:02. 05 for Sherwin. 09 for Collins. 15 and a 5:19 for Nickel. 14 for Knott. 13 for Wyatt. 12 for Elliott. Put the thumbs up. Hold the cars. Hold the cars. Randy Travis. A little racing music here. All right, go ahead. Roll him around. Check him in. Caution working your way onto the straightaway. Clear now. This is heat number 2, warming him up on the track right now. And this one, we've got a Chris Sherwin, a Mike Chesney, Michelle Letarte, Lee Shin Ying, Jonathan Bailey, Preston Shearer, and Jaden Bendelin. That is the order. Just waiting on a check-in from Jaden. There is all in. Straightaway is closed. That order one more time real quick. Chris Sherwin, Mike Chesney, Michelle Letarte, Lee Shin Ying, Jonathan Bailey, Preston Shearer, and Jaden Bendelin. All right, drivers, I'm going to call you by name. Chris Sherwin, Mike Chesney, Michelle Letarte, Lee Shin Ying, Jonathan Bailey, Preston Shearer, and Jaden Bendelin. Race number 2 on the track. Round 2 of qualifying, final chance round here. Round 2 of Sweet Heat. Another stout turnout for our Sweet Heat 21.5 two-wheel drive series. Some of you guys at home, you're missing out. Shout out to the Kasuriks. Didn't want a piece of this action. One minute in, 4 minutes to go. Sherwin, Letarte, Chesney. Watch going into the chicane. Chicane entrance. Clear now. Sherwin last time by 18.6. Watch it after kids table. Backs it up 18.9. 16 and a 5 flat the pace. 0-1 for Michelle. 0-2 for Shear. 0-5 for Chesney. Preston Shearer jumping to the top spot now. 17.7 last time by for Preston. He's got hot lap 17.7 as well. 3:20 to go. 17 and a 5, 16 the pace. Sherwin throws down 18.4. He's up to a 17 lap run. Just 4/10 off of Preston Shearer. Chesney in that 3 spot, only 2 seconds off the lead battle. Then we got Leishan, Michelle, Jaden, and Jonathan. Top 2 on 17 lap pace. Chesney, Ying, and Letarte all on 16s. 15 for Bendelin and Bailey. Bendelin and Bailey separated by 8/100ths. 2:50 to go. Leader working behind Michelle Letarte right now. He's going to have to be patient. Preston making his move down the line here. Cross the line, 18.4, 17 and a 5, 14 to pace. Chris Sherwin in that 2 spot. Oh, Preston coming up just a bit short on that triple section. Oh, man. Preston doing what he can. Threading the needle here. .205 to go. Leader working in the chicane, orange and blue, yellow wheels. Sherwin in that 2 spot. Sherwin in that gray with the flames, yellow and orange over to kids' table. Chesney in the 3. Chesney in that orange and white. White wheels over to kids' table now. Then we got Leishan Ying in the 4. Leishan, I believe, rocking that clear body car. All getting caught up just a bit in the chicane section. Michelle in the 5, Jonathan Bailey, and Jaden Bendelin with 1:40 to go. Preston separated about 3.3 seconds over to second place car, Chris Sherwin, who's got about 3 seconds on Chesney. Chesney got about 2 seconds on Letarte. Battle for the number 4 spot, Letarte and Ying. Separation there, 0.9 of a second. And we got Jonathan and Jaden. 1:15 to go in this one. Work together. Leader right in front of you, Chesney. Follow him. Oh, our leader gets it wrong. Four down, one to go. 4 down, 1 to go. Shear hanging on to that top spot and the 17-lap run now. The margin thinned down to 2.4 seconds. Chesney still in the 3. Letarte, Ying, Bailey, and Bendelin. Closest battle still that Letarte and Ying for the number 4 spot. 7/10 of separation there. Hot laps for Sherwin and Chesney last time by. 18.3 for Sherwin, 18.6 for Chesney. 35 seconds to go. Chesney got the leader right behind him. Excellent. Tuck in. Follow him. Stay right on his bumper. $15 seconds to go in this one. Shear, Sherwin, Chesney. Chesney going for a quick tumble there. He only had about 1.6 seconds on Michelle Letarte. It's going to be close now. Too close. Chesney and Letarte separated by 5/100ths here. Time has expired. Keep going till I call your name. Chris Sherwin, you are done. Watch in front of the driver's stand. Hustle, hustle, Elliot. Good job. Sherwin, Chesney, done. Jonathan Bailey, done. Everybody else still racing. Michelle, Leishan, Jaden, done. Just waiting on one more. Just waiting on Preston Shear on the straightaway now. And that's it. All in, all done. Shear going to take that one. 17 and a 5, 16. 16 for Sherwin, 16 for Chesney, 16 for Leishan and Michelle. Separation there, 6/10. 15 for Bailey and Bendelin. All right, drivers, go ahead, roll them around, check them in. Race number 3, 21.5 Spec Buggy. All right, everybody is checked in. Watch after kids' table. The order in this one going to be Todd Pfeiffer, Gavin Miller, Pat Hamill, Nick Peters, Justin Broughton, Brian Letarte, Jose Garay, and Matt Erdman. This is the best run on the layout song right here. All right, I'm going to call you by name. Pfeiffer, Miller, Hamill, Peters, Broughton, Letarte, Garay, and Erdman. Nice and easy out there. A little easier. Watching the chicane, clear now. Long race, don't overdrive. Hamill going to take lap 1. And lap 2. 17.8, 17.7. Miller, Pfeiffer, Erdman, Broughton, Letarte, Peters, Garay. Watch it after a sweeper. Clear now. 105 in, 3:55 to go. It's Patrick Hamill out front. He's working over that kid's table. Navy blue body with the yellow trim. Commentators curse. Hamill going to get a little bit wrong there in the chicane. Marshall right on it. Hamill, though, only had 0.6 of margin to play with. That should promote Gavin Miller, and it does. Hamill from the 1 to the 4. So now it's Miller, Pfeiffer, Erdman, Hamill, Peters, Letarte, Broughton, and Garay. Top 5 drivers on 17 lap runs. Miller, Pfeiffer, Hamill, Erdman, Peters. 6 teams for the rest of the field with 3:20 to go. Pfeiffer doing his hot lap last time by 17.7. Gavin Miller, though, out front. He's in that blue, pink, working on the back of Garay and Pfeiffer, I believe. Oh, man, Miller getting caught up. Marshall was walking back to his spot. Oh, man, Gavin Miller catching a bad break here. Goes by, does his hot lap last time by. Going to back it up with his roughest lap of the race. Leader coming down the line. Oh. Miller from the 1 to the 7. Pat Hamill back to the front. Halfway down, halfway to go in this one. 2:30 remaining. Pat Hamill out front, 17 and a 5:09 to pace. Hamill directly behind Matt Erdman on track. Excellent driving there. Erdman gives him room, tucks in, follows him. Peters currently residing in that 2 spot. Peters in that all white, working over the tabletop section. Pfeiffer in the 3. Pfeiffer in that white and red looking car, working in front of the stand. Then we got Letarte, Miller, Broughton, Erdman, and Garay. 3 down, 2 to go. Separation up front, just 0.6. Hamill and Peters. Pfeiffer only 0.4 off of that, so top 3 cars separated by about 1 second right now with 1:45 to go. Leader working into the driver's stand jump. Navy, blue, yellow trim into the chicane. Hamill looking tidy out there, but Nick Peters just does his best lap on lap 10. Slims that margin down to 0.2. Now we're down to 1/10. Watch coming out of the chicane. Clear now. 1:20 to go. Nick Peters applying the afterburners here. Top 2 guys on 17 and a 5:09. That's Hamill and Peters. Hamill 17.9. Peters 18.000. It's 1/10 the separation up front. They've got 1.5 seconds on Todd Pfeiffer in the 3 spot. Little separation to Letarte, Garay, Broughton, Erdman, and Miller. Garay and Broughton separated by about 1 second right now. Battling for that number 5 spot with 50 seconds to go. Peters takes over the top spot. The margin is slim. 45 seconds to go. Hamill narrowly avoiding the traffic there. Leaders in front and behind of Jose Garay. 1 and 2 in front of behind you, Jose Garay. Work together. Keep it clean to the end here, please. Peters, 17 and a 5:08.9. Hamill, 17 and a 5:09.3. We're down to 0.3 up front, 15 seconds to go. Hamill coming up on a bit of traffic here. Second place car on Justin Broughton. Time about to expire. Work it out, please. Leader right behind you, Jose. If and when. Thank you. Awesome. Gavin Miller, you are done. Todd Pfeiffer, you're done. Justin Broughton done. Hamill done. Watch out on the straightaway. Go high on the straight. Go high on the straight. Clear now. Peters done. Hamill done. Pfeiffer, Miller. Just waiting on one more. Waiting on Brian Letarte. Antenna tube. Still racing. All in. All done. Marshals on your blowers, please. Nick Peters going to take that one. 17 and a 5:08. 0.4 of front of Hamill. 17 and a 5:09 for him. 5:10 for Pfeiffer. 5:18 for Letarte. 16s for the rest of the field. All right, you guys can roll them around, check them in. Everybody is checked in. The order in this are going to be Danny D, Todd Filter, Adam Chidara, Dalton Castillo, Kyle Kozik, Daryl Frank, Jeremy Anstead, and Sit Down Jones. All right, drivers, I'm going to call you by name. Marshals, look alive. Detloff, Filter, Chidara, Castillo, Kozik, Frank, Anstead, and Sit Down Jones. Race number 4 on the track right now. This is our B sort. Top 8 drivers locking into the A main. Detloff coming out swinging. 17-3 out of the gate. Daryl Frank in that 2. Filter. Chidara, Castillo, Kozik, Jones, Anstead. Detloff working a kid's table. Early on in this one, got an 18-lap pace working. 17.666 last time by across the line. Evil lap time for Detloff. Backs it up with a 17.5. Chidara throws down 17.8. He's up into that 2 spot last time by. Filter in the 3. Him and now it's Castillo up to that 2 spot. Filter in the 3. Daryl Frank down to the 4. Kozik, Anstead, Chidara, Jones. New hot lap of the race last time by Danny Detloff. 17-2. 18 and a 5.14 to pace right now. Castillo up to that 2 spot. 17 and a 5.06 for him. 06 for Filter. Separation 5, 1,000. Chicane exit. Clear now. Daryl Frank getting up in the mix now. So now it's Castillo, Frank, Filter. 2, 3, and 4. Now it's Castillo, Filter, Kozik, Frank. Those 4 drivers separated by about half a second right now. Danny D, 18 and a 5.16. Castillo, 17.06. Kozik, 07. Filter, 07. Daryl Frank, 08. 17 and a 5.13 for Jones. 5.18 for Chidara. Anstead with a 16 and 01. Halfway down, halfway to go. Kozik throwing down 17.9. His best lap on lap number 7. Him and Filter back and forth every lap here. Detloff across the line, 17-3. Detloff working in front of the stand. Double and single. Watching the chicane right in the middle. Clear now. Leader on Daryl Frank. Optimal communication on the driver's stand there. These guys working together. You know exactly how to do it with 1:55 to go. Leader is in that blue with the yellow flames. If you see him coming, give him a little bit of room. Detloff got a little bit of clean track in front of him now with 1:45 to go. He is currently on a TQ pace. 17.6 last time by across the line for our leader. Castillo hanging on to that 2 spot. 17 and a 5.05 for him. 07 for Filter. 07 for Kozik. 17 and a 5.11 for Jones. 13 for Frank. 14 for Chidara. 15 for Anstead. 1:20 to go. Another 17-3 for our leader last time by. Hanging on to that 18-lap pace with 4 down and 1 minute left. Watching the chicane clear now. Detloff, 18 and a 5-16. The battle is for that 2, 3, 4 spot right now between Castillo, Filter, and Kozik. Then we got Daryl Frank, Dan Jones, Jeremy Ansett, Adam Chidara. Those drivers all duking it out for the number 5 position. 4:30 down and 30 to go. All these drivers very close. The margins are microscopic right now. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Last lap's going to be critical. Work together to the end of the chicane here. Work together. Todd Filter, you are done. Kozik done. Castillo done. Detloff done. Chidara, you're done. Daryl Frank is done. Waiting on sit down and Anstead. There's Jones. And there's Anstead. Marshall's on your blowers. Danny Detloff gets it done. New top qualifying time, 18 and a 5-16.9. Todd Filter in the 2 spot, 17 and a 5-07 for him. 08 for Kozik. 09 for Castillo. 17-5-11 for Frank and Jones. 5-15 for Chidara. 5-16 for Anstead. All right, go ahead, roll him around, check him in. All right, everybody is checked in. Oh. The order in this one going to be Larry Wright, Jamie Tenney's, Craig O'Brien, Tyler O'Brien, Talon Dede, Skylar Mandela, Jake Ward, and Matthias Bendelin. All right, drivers. I'm going to call you by name. Larry, JT, KOB, TOB, Talon Dede, Skylar, Jake Ward, Matthias Bendelin. Race number 5 on the track. These are your top 8 drivers as of last round. That order has now been reshuffled, courtesy of Danny Detloff. Strong opening laps working here. Chicane exit, keep it tight. Clear now. We're about a minute in. It's Craig O'Brien on the point. O'Brien working up the hill. Early on, 18 and a 5-14 to pace. Dede up to that 2 spot, 18 and a 5-16. Separation 2/10 up front. Tenney's in that 3 spot, 17 and a flat. Now it's O'Brien up to the 3 spot. Tyler O'Brien, that is, 17 and a flat, 0.1. Tenney's 0.8. Jake Ward in the 5's position right now, 17 and a 5.04 for him. 08 for Bendlin, 09 for Mandela. Larry Wright, 16 and a 5.01. Watching in front of the driver's stand. Oh, man, that is our leader getting it wrong. Is he going to have this? He makes it over to that double. Lucky break there for Craig O'Brien. But that is definitely going to move Talon D to the lead here. We're going to let the timer decide that. O'Brien gives him a little room. These guys 1 and 2 down the line here. Last time by for O'Brien, 17-2. Going to back it up with a 21-7. O'Brien from the 1 to the 7. 2 down, 3 to go. Didi out front. 18 and a 5, 16.2. He's 7/10 within the TQ range right now. Ward in that 2 spot. 17 and a 5.03 for him. 04 for O'Brien. 05 for Tenney's. 06 for Mandela. 07 for Bendlin. 09 for O'Brien. And Larry Wright. A little work to do out there. Halfway down, halfway to go. Watch chicane, clear. Leader is Talon Didi. He's in that yellow and blue looking car. Working over to kids' table. Sick little whips in that driver's stand jump. Didi, tidy through the chicane. That was Mr. Clean through there. 17-4 across the line. 18 and a 5.15. Talon Didi currently on a top qualifying position pace. 2:05 to go. Tyler O'Brien throws down his best lap. 17-3. Tenney's as well. 17-2 from Mandela. And we got Ward, Bendlin, O'Brien, and Wright. 150 to go. Leader working a chicane right now. Cross the line. 17-5. Tenney's up to that 2 spot now. 17-2 last time by for JT. Watch it around the carousel. Mandela up to the 3. Ward, O'Brien, Bendlin, and Wright. Chicane. Good patience there from Darryl Frank. Smart. 1:15 to go. Leader working a kid's table. Tenney's in the 2 spot. Tenney's working down the line here. So Didi with 1 minute to go. He's up to an 18 and a 5.17 now. We have fallen off of the TQ pace by 3/10. Tenney's 17 and a 5.01. He's only 1.4 seconds off of Talon Didi right now. In 25 land, 21.5 world, that is a generous margin. Skylar Mandela in that 3 spot, about 1.5 off of Tenney's. Another 1.8 back is Craig O'Brien. Then Jake Ward, Matty B, T.O.B., and Larry Wright with 30 seconds to go. Recovery lap there from Talon Didi, 17-4. He's in an 18 and a 5.17.0. 20 seconds to go. Watch it after the kids' table. That was P2. Tenney's getting it wrong. Eight seconds to go across the line here. Tenney's going to have the leader right behind him. Talon is within TQ territory by 2/100ths of a second right now. We're talking inches off of corners. Everybody's still live. Keep going. Watch it after the sweeper. Jamie Tenney's is done. Caught at the line. Hot lap on the last lap. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Last lap is going to be critical. Mandela done. O'Brien, that's Craig, is done. Waiting on Didi, Bendlin, and Tyler O'Brien. All in, all done. Talon Didi with a new TQ by 2/100ths of a second. Gets Danny Detloff. 18 and a 5.16.92 to Detloff's 9.4. Mandela jumps up to the 2 spot in that heat. 17 and a 5.02 for him. 03 for Tenney's. 03 for Craig O'Brien. 05 for Jake Ward. 06 for Bendlin. 17 and a 5.15 for Wright. 5.16 for T.O.B. All right, guys, I will get the main set up. If you guys have not done Sweet Heat before, we do bump ups. Top 2 drivers from each main will bump up. You will have exactly 2 minutes between mains to get your car ready to go for the next race. The A main will be side-by-side starts on the blue marks. Oh, watching a chicane. Little help in the chicane. Oh, he faked out like he was going to go for it and everything. Oh, see, I said, well, you're 2 cars on the track. I said, watch it a chicane. We got one main that only has 6 guys in it, so I'm going to need some definite help on the marshalling. I'm going to need a little help marshalling here and there for all the mains. So anybody who wants to help a brethren out, that would be wonderful. I'm going to get the mains set up, printed off here momentarily. Take another short break so you have time to prepare any changes or what have you. The mains should be live on trackside.liverc.com now. I am printing the mains in mere seconds. Watching a chicane. Mains are posted, guys. Mains are posted. They're online, trackside.liverc.com. And they are also on the magnetic results board. We're going to need a little bit of assistance all night for marshaling of the mains. Thank you in advance. All right, sorry about that. I had a little customer action in the shop there. Race number 1, 21.5 buggy E-Main. You guys are up. That's Mikey Sherwin, Bill Collins, Dan Nickel, Shane Knott, Wyatt Beek, and Elliot Castillo. Marshals are going to be my race number 5 A-Main guys. I will definitely need extra volunteer marshals after this race. After the top 2 drivers bump out, we'll only have 4 marshals out there, so I'm going to need some help for the duration of the evening. All right, our marshals getting spread out here. You guys go ahead, roll them around, check them in. All right, everybody is checked in. The straightaway is now closed. On that number 1 position, going to be Mikey Sherwin. William Collins on the 2. Dan Nickel on the 3. Shane Knott on the 4. Wyatt Beek on the 5. And Elliot Castillo on the 6. All right. I know, right? Our grid is set. This is the 21.5 Spec Buggy E-Main. We're going to go racing. We're going to have some fun on the sound of the tone. Nice and easy on the first lap here. No need to push anything. A little self-induced in the back there. Going strong up front. Good patience there from Shane Knott. I saw it. Oh, Knott coming up just a bit short on the triple. Marshall from left field. Thank you, Larry. That's a live start, race number 1. Circulating around, Mikey Sherwin leading us out. William Collins in that 2 spot. Top 2 drivers moving on up. Dan Nickel in the 3. Wyatt, Shane, and Elliott. Top 3 cars separated from that 4-5 battle, working in the kids' table. Wyatt and Shane. Shane to the inside of Wyatt right there. Through the chicane. Not sliding it around that second off camber. Castillo in the 6, not far off of these guys. One minute in, 4 long minutes to go in this 21.5 Spec Buggy E-Main. Mikey Sherwin in that all white. He is your leader. Leader on Elliot Castillo. Excellent. Second place to follow you, Elliot. Excellent. Third place on you, if and when, Elliot. 3:45 to go in this one. Sherwin's across the line, 20.4. Bill Collins, 19.8. So Collins closing that gap ever so slightly. It's 2.5 seconds up front. Top 2 guys looking to bump up. Collins navigating the traffic here a little bit. Shane not having some sort of mechanical failure. And he's off and rolling again with 3:15 to go. Leader working through the chicane. Second place is on Wyatt. Give him a little room. Excellent. Follow him. Excellent. Woo. Third place still Dan Nickel. Nickel in that white and green. 2 down, 3 to go. Watching us straightaway. Straightaway go low. Clear now. 2:45 to go. Leader across the line, 19-2. Sherwin just cruising around, working that peripheral vision. All white car over to kids' table. Collins in that 2 spot in that copper-looking car, working up the hill. Nickel in the 3. Nickel working up the hill. So separation between Collins and Dan Nickel about 2 seconds right now. With 2:20 to go. Collins cross line, 19-9, 20.3 from Dan Nickel. Wyatt Beacon that 4 spot. Now it's Shane Knott in the 4. Wyatt down to the 5. Elliot Castillo in the 6. 2:05 to go. Leader working that tabletop section now. It's Mikey Sherwin. Cruising around. Second place on Castillo. They work it out. Third place working over that kids' table. That's Dan Nickel. 3.7 the separation now between Collins and Dan. 1:40 to go. Collins 19-9. Nickel 19-9. Dan Nickel cruising along here, trying to reel in Collins. Sherwin got this one in the sack. Collins with a 20.3. Dan Nickel 19-4. Hot lap for Dan Nickel last time by. 1:10 to go. Taking a chunk off of Collins that previous lap. Collins appears to be working a good one this time by. 4 down, 1 to go. Bill Collins across the line, 19-2. Here comes Dan Nickel, 19-9. So Collins takes 7/10 back in his favor with 50 seconds to go. Transfer battle working through the center of the track. Collins in the chicane. Nickel entering the chicane now. Shane Knott in the 4 spot. Castillo in the 5. Watch him straightaway. Oh, man. Nickel going for a tumble. "25 seconds to go." Collins separated now from Dan about 5.5 seconds here. With 15 seconds to go. Collins just got to keep it clean here. Working in front of the driver's stand. That all copper white wheels. Looking to take home the second bump up position. Time has expired. Once you cross the line, you will be done. And that's it, all in, all done. Mikey Sherwin, Bill Collins, you guys are bumping up to the next race. Drivers, or marshals on your blowers. Grab Bill Collins' car. All right, your timer is live. Mikey Sherwin, Bill Collins bumping up to the next race. I'm going to need copious amounts of help. Volunteer marshaling. Why? You just dominated. All right, Sherwin giving it up. Dan Nickel, you want to bump up? You're the next guy. You bump up? You got 1 minute and 34 seconds. Sherwin taking a knee here. You have 1 minute and 15 seconds. I need all the guys from that last race right out to Marshall. I'm going to need volunteers for sure, too. So I am going to need some help. I need 3 volunteer marshals. Collins and Dan Nickel, you have 48 seconds. You're going to go? You're going to marshal? Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, could use some more. I mean, I definitely need some more. I need at least one on the top of the hill. Dan Nickel, you have 20 seconds. Collins is up there ready to rock. Nickel making his way up the stand here. Right on time. Beautiful. Yeah. All right, go ahead, roll him around, check him in. All right, everybody is checked in. On that number 1 spot, going to be Matt Erdman. Jose Garay on the 2. Mike Chesney on the 3. Li Shen on the 4. Michelle Letarte on the 5. Jonathan Bailey on the 6. Lucas Lenhart 7. Jaden Bendelin 8. William Collins on the 9. And Merry Christmas, Dan Nickel on the number 10. Now I just hit go, right? And that'll start it. Go. Just hit start and it goes. Okay. All right, guys. This is our 21.5 Spec Buggy D main. I feel like, what are you guys doing, an album cover? Oh, my God. All right, we're going to go racing on the sound of the tone. Easy, easy, easy in the first lap here. Patience is a virtue. Little self-induced in front of the stand. They marshal him. Excellent. Go, go, go. Long race. Looking like Erdman, Garay, Chesney. I believe that is Jonathan Bailey sporting that new paint. Watching in front of the stand. Is Lenhart getting it wrong? Let's let these drivers cycle across here for lap number 2. Sort the order out. Erdman out front. Garay in that 2 spot. 1 and 2 across the line. Erdman in that blue with the yellow wheels. Garay in that all black white wheels. They're going to be coming up on Lucas Lenhart if and when. Mike Chesney in the 3 spot. Chesney in the orange and white over to kids' table. And we got Bailey, Bendelin, Letarte, Ying, Nickel, Collins, and Lenhart. 3:45 to go. Garay getting around Erdman. Top 2 guys bumping up, but Garay wants that spot. 1:30 in, 3:30 to go. Lenhart gives him plenty of room. Excellent driving there. Battles for that number 3 spot. Chesney and Bailey working across the line. Chesney in the orange. Bailey in that green and black. 3:15 to go. Michelle in the 5. Leishan and Jaden battling it out for the number 6. Nickel in the 8. Collins in the 9. Lenhart in the 10. 3:05 to go. That's a battle working in the chicane. That clear and that blue. Leishan and Jaden creeping up on Michelle Letarte here. About to have a 3-way battle for the number 5 spot. 2:55 to go. Back to the front. It's Garay down the line. Erdman in that 2 spot down the line as well. Little separation to Chesney. Not much. They got about 2.6 seconds on Chesney right now. Watching in front of the driver's stand. Go wide. Go wide in front of the driver's stand. Go, 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 Elliott. Get out of there. Catch one in the knee. 2:25 to go. Watch it after the sweeper. Oh, Chesney on his lid, losing that spot to Jonathan Bailey. So 2:50 in, 2:10 to go. Erdman back on the point here. Look away for a second. Jose Garay down to the 2. Jonathan Bailey in the 3. Transfer battle shaping up in front of the driver's stand right now. Jose in that black and white. Jonathan that gray and green. Second and third place working on the straightaway right now. Fourth place is Chesney. No battle in front of you, Lucas Lenhart, or behind you. Oh, Jonathan Bailey gets it wrong. Chesney going to go on by, back for that number 3 position. 1:35 to go. Now Chesney got his sights set on Jose Garay. It's Erdman, Garay, Chesney, Bailey, Letarte, Ying, Bendlin, Nickel, Lenhart, and Collins. Leader right in front of you, Dan Nickel. Oh, that worked out. Not for you. Watch it after the kids' table. Kids' table. Ying and Letarte going to split them. Leishan, that is a battle behind you. That's for position directly behind you. 55 seconds to go. Erdman and Garay looking to make the move here. Now it's Garay, Erdman. They have separated from Chesney. Chesney losing that spot to Bailey, so now it's Bailey, Chesney, Leishan, Michelle, Jaden, Nickel, Collins, and Lenhart. 35 seconds to go. No battle behind you, Dan Nickel. You got 4th place behind you. Watch going into chicane. $20 seconds to go in this one. Erdman and Garay looking to move on up. Third spot battle working across the line. Jonathan Bailey in 3. Chesney and Leishan. This is going to be a battle to the last lap here between Chesney and Leishan. Chesney in that all orange. Chesney going to hang on, just waiting on one more. And that's it, all in, all done. Matthew Erdman and Jose Garay, you guys are bumping up. Marshall's on your blowers. Your timer is live. Erdman and Garay's timer is live. Garay staying on the stand. Matt Erdman, you have 1 minute and 45 seconds. All the drivers from the last race, spread out to Marshall, please. This is our 21.5 Spec Buggy C main. Working onto the track right now. Wait for Jones. He's got 1 minute and 25 seconds. Is this some sort of plot to get Erdman and Jose more time? $55 seconds. Jones. Apparently Jones building a new car, Sarah says. Which I'm pretty sure in the Roar rules, you have to race the main with the car you qualified with. So if Jones down there building a new car, that would make him ineligible for this event. For at least this race. Stripped of all titles. Here he comes. Man, he's even getting on a timer here. 19 seconds to spare. Take your time, Jones. Don't need to run up there. You got plenty of time. All right. Perfect timing. Go ahead, roll him around, check him in. All right, straightaway is closed. Let's set the grid here. It's sit down Jones on the number 1 spot. He definitely built a new car. Adam Chidara on the 2. That's probably going to get protested, Jones. Preston Shear on the 3. Jeremy Anstead on the 4. Gavin Miller on the 5. Brian Letarte on the 6. Chris Sherwin 7. Justin Broughton 8. Matt Erdman on the 9. Jose Garay on the 10. All right, we got a full field in this one. We got all the marshals. Oh, yeah. All right, drivers. This is the C main. We're going to have some fun. We're going to take it so easy on that first lap. And we're going to go racing on the sound of the tone. Easy, easy, easy. No need to pass on the first lap. Patience back there. Patience, Justin. Thank you. Especially through here. Patience. All right, that's a live lap right there. Textbook start from the C main, 21.5 buggy. Jones leading him out. Chidara tapping out on lap 2. Marshall trying to get there. Dancing, doing a jig. Chidara going to go from the 2 to the 10. So now it's Jones, Shear, Anstead, Miller, Letarte. Little separation to Broughton, Garay, Erdman, Sherwin, and Chidara. 50 seconds in, 4:10 to go. Jones trying to hang on to that noble steed across the line here. That thing's turning itself into the ground. Dan Jones got butterfingers, though, making it work. Lead cars going into the kids' table right now. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Preston Shear trying to make a move on Jones here around the outside. Jones gives him a little bump. Top 2 cars going down the straightaway. Gavin Miller up to the 3 spot now. Letarte to the 4. Broughton in the 5. Garay, Anstead all the way down to the 7. Watching a driver stand triple. Shear on his lid. He's going to lose a couple spots. So now it's Jones, Gavin Miller 1 and 2. Brian Letarte up to the 3. Shear down to the 4. Then we got Broughton, Garay, Anstead. Looking like Erdman, Chidara, and Sherwin. Jones on his lid. Gavin Miller going to go by. 1 and 2 got to work together. Top 2 cars going to bump up. Jones, I don't know, he's giving a little business there to Gavin Miller. Lead cars working through the carousel corner, separated now. Jose Garay, your bump-up driver, up to the 3rd position right now. Battling it out with Jeremy Anstead for that number 3 spot around the kids' table. Jose in the black, Anstead in that maroon, gold, dark purple. And we got Broughton, Letarte, Shear trying to work his way back up there. Erdman, Chidara, and Sherwin. Sherwin been nose to tail for most of the time there. Sherwin going to tap out. Miller out front, Jones in a 2. Jose Garay doing his best lap last time by, reeling in the top 2 cars. He got to deal with an angry Anstead right behind him. Jones trying to hang on to that rent ride. He does not have the smooth action that Larry Wright IV does. Jones getting all kitty wampus coming out of the corner here. Garay and Anstead closing in. 2:10 to go. Oh, Garay going to turn in way early at the end of the sweeper. Anstead going to tap out in the carousel. These guys losing all the ground they just made up on Jones. Jones giving it back to him right there after the kids' table. 1:55 to go. It's Miller, Jones, Garay, Anstead, Broughton, Shear, Letarte, Chidara, Erdman, and Sherwin. Leader on Sherwin. Excellent driving there. Miller in that blue and pink. He's your leader working on the straightaway. He's separated generously now from Jones. About 2 straightaways from Dan Jones in that rent-a-ride. Anstead getting up to that 3 spot now. 1:30 to go. Anstead taking a 10th off of Jones last time by. Garay in the 4. Broughton, Shear, Letarte. Chidara, Erdman, Sherwin. Shear and Broughton having a battle over that kids' table. Broughton in that good-looking yellow and red. Shear trying to go around the outside. Broughton slamming the door. 1:10 to go. Transfer battle shaping up over the kids' table here. Jones walking on eggshells in that carpet setup XB2. Anstead on the gas, moving fast, takes another 10th off of Jones last time by. 50 seconds to go. Anstead got to find a way by Jones, got to make it clean. They've separated just a bit from Jose Garay in that 4 spot. Jose needs to get up there. Anything that happens right here, Jose be right in the perfect position. 2 and 3 across the line. Jones in that red, white, and black. Anstead in the red, gold, and purple. Watch it after the kids' table. Jones keeping that door shut. 25 seconds to go. $19 seconds to go across the line. These guys might go one more. It's going to be close. Jones, Anstead going over the top. Jones gets it back. Anstead trying to go to the inside. Jones slamming the door. Anstead keeps knocking. 6 seconds to go. Anstead looking high, looking low. It's going to be a race to the line here. Jones hangs on. Anstead 3. Gavin Miller on a victory lap. Once you cross the line, you will be done. To the bitter end, Jones and Anstead. What a battle there. 2/10 at the line. All in, all done. Miller and Jones, you guys are bumping up to the next race. So what happens if he bumps all the way to the A? What car are you going to run, Larry? Miller and Jones, your timer is live. You have 1 minute and 55 seconds. One minute and 30 seconds. Jones already up there ready to rock. Gavin Miller in the pit making a little final adjustment here. This is our 21.5 Spec Buggy B main race. Number 4 gearing up right now. No pro tips. Can't coach. Drivers only allowed on the stand. It says it on that green sign. Gavin Miller, you have 58 seconds. Gavin making his way out here. 35 seconds on the clock. All right. Race number 4. Roll them around, check them in. Straightaway is now closed. Everybody is checked in. Caution in the chicane. On the number 1 position, going to be Matthias Bendelin. Todd Filter on the 2. Kyle Kozik on the 3. Nick Peters 4. Pat Hamill on the 5. Dalton Castillo on the 6. Todd Pfeiffer on the 7. Daryl Frank on the 8. And your bump ups, Gavin Miller and Sit Down Jones, 9 and 10. All right, our grid is set. Our marshals are ready to rock. This is race number 4, 21.5 Spec Buggy B, Maine. Top 2 guys moving up to the big show. It's the big show. Yeah. All right, guys. Nice and easy, nice and clean. Lots of patience on this first lap here. Let's have some fun on the sound of the tone. Patience, patience. Nice and easy through here. Kids' table gets sketchy. Self-induced in a chicane. Taps that curb. Marshall doing the best he can. That's a live start. We're rolling with it. Bendelin and Filter trying to separate early here. Peters, Hamill. Miller, your bump up, and Jones, your bump up. Then we got Kozik. These guys all cycling around for lap number 2. Leaders working through that triple section. Third place is now Pat Hamill. Hamill going to tap out on the kids' table. Peters getting caught up. Miller going to go by. Jones getting the short end. All these guys getting caught up. One more in the chicane. Chicane, one more, Mr. Sherwin. Oh, man, the order shuffling around in the back. Bendelin and Filter breathing a huge sigh of relief. Gavin Miller up to that 3 spot. Your bump-up driver from the C main. From the 9 to the 3. 3 laps in. That's some Ryan Mayfield stuff right there. Pat Hamill in the 4. Looking like Castillo, Jones, Pfeiffer, Peters, Kozik, and Frank. Look away for a couple corners, and it's TF Todd Filter to the point. Him and Matty B got to work together. They want to make their way into this big show here with 3:30 to go. Third place and 4th across the line now. Miller and Hamill. We got Castillo. Then a battle. Jones, Pfeiffer, Peters, Kozik, Daryl Frank. That is a 5-way battle working into the triple right now. Watching the chicane. Excellent marshal in there from Mr. Sherwin. Gavin Miller going to tap out. Pat Hamill going to take over that number 3 spot now. Filter and Bendelin got about a half a track lead right now. These guys just got to keep it cordial. 3 down, 2 to go. The battles for the number 3 position. Oh, man, Castillo gets into Gavin Miller after the triple. Drives it too deep. Questionable move there from Dalton Castillo. 2:45 to go. Leaders across the line, Filter and Bendelin. These two just circulating. Hamill in the 3. Castillo, Pfeiffer, Peters, Kozik, Frank, Jones, and Miller. Castillo tapping out up the hill. Gonna lose a couple spots there. 2:15 to go. Filter and Bendelin at the front desk. Trying to check out early. The bags are packed. 1:50 to go. Hamill still in that 3 spot. Pfeiffer up to the 4. Peters, Kozik. Pfeiffer, Peters, Kozik. Frank, Castillo, Miller, and Jones. That's all a battle right there. One false move. You're going to lose several spots. Peters trying to go around the outside of Kozik. 1:30 to go. Leaders just cruising around. 1:15 on the clock. Battle shaping up for that 3 spot. Pfeiffer closing the gap on Hamill. Then we got a battle for the number 5, 6, and 7. That's Kozik, Peters, and Daryl Frank. Castillo trying to get in the mix here. Three-way battle working on tabletop section onto the straightaway. Kozik leading him out from the number 5 position. 55 seconds to go. Peter's going to catch a little too much curbing there. Daryl Frank had nowhere to go. It's a racing incident, but his conscience took over. 40 seconds to go. Leaders cycling through the traffic now just a bit. Your leader is in that white and orange. Watch it after the triple. Leader on Jones. Second place in front of Gavin Miller. Second place to follow Jones. Battle behind you, Jones. Battle in front of you now, Jones. Final lap here, 7 seconds on the clock. Once you cross the line, you will be done. Waiting on a few more, waiting on one more. That's it, all in, all done. Todd Filter and Matthias Bendelin moving up to the next race here. Marshals on your blowers, marshals on your blowers, thank you. Matt Bendelin, you have 1 minute and 50 seconds. Final race of the evening here. These guys getting ready to throw down. Just waiting another 1 minute and 23 seconds for Matthias Bendelin, your 2023 Sweet Heat third place finisher. Matthias Bendelin, no stranger to the 21-5 game. .105 on the clock. Matty B making his way up here. 55 seconds to go. If you're not ready, you're stripped from the series. All right, we're ready to go. A main guys, start filing your way on the stand. Yeah. 21-5 Spec Buggy Sweet Heat round number 2. A main making their way to the stand right now. Who are we waiting on? Oh, well, that's because Jones had his car. I thought you meant for the bump ups if they're not ready. Gotcha, gotcha. Larry called for a racer's minute. I heard it from the shop. Mullet's got to stick together. Filter doing the driver stand shimmy up there. Yeah, I know. All right, you guys go ahead, roll them around, check them in. One lap, one lap. This is the A main, which means it is 8 minutes long. It also means we are going to line up on the blue marks only. Odd numbers on the inside, even numbers on the outside. Everybody is checked in. Just got to roll Filter across the line there, get that transponder. Excellent. On row number 1, going to be Talon Didi on the inside, Danny Detloff on the outside. Row number 2, Larry Wright on the inside, Jamie Tenney's on the outside. Row number 3, Craig O'Brien on the inside, Mandela on the outside. Row 4 is going to be Tyler O'Brien and Jake Ward, TOB on the inside, Ward on the outside, and your bump-ups on the final row, Filter and Bendelin. These guys gritted up. Ish. Help him out, Peters. Excellent. All right, guys. This is our 21.5 Spec Buggy A-Main. This is 8 minutes long. We're side by side on the start here. We're going to have some fun. We're going to take it easy. We're going to go racing on the sound of the tone. Easy, easy, easy. Detloff asserting his dominance a little bit early here. Detloff going to tap out on the triple section right away. Lose a bunch of spots. O'Brien tapping out a little bit too. That's Craig O'Brien. Watch it after the chicane. Someone turns in early. That was Larry Wright. It's a kerfuffle coming on the straightaway. All these guys grouping up. That was kind of a horrible start. We're going to restart that. We're going to restart. False start, false start, false start, false start. That was horrible. It was almost going to work, and then I can't do that. Now Daryl's walking out with the 1 minute to go. Everybody know where they go? Didi at Detloff, row 1. Wright and Tenney's, row 2. O'Brien and Mandela, row 3. O'Brien and Ward, row 4. Filter and Bendelin, row 5. There you go. That's fine. That's fine. All right, guys. Let's try that again. Let's do it a little better. That was close, but it just wasn't working for me. We're going to go racing again on the sound of the tone. A quick tone it is. Patience, guys. Single file line. No need to force anything crazy. Detloff gets by Didi. I blinked. Detloff turns in early again by himself. Shape it out in the back there. Patience. It's a long race. Oh, my gosh. It's Larry Wright, the fourth to the point. You guys can't let Larry get an open track. He is a machine out there. Wright coming down the line. Didi in the 2. Detloff down to the 3 now. Tenney's looking like TOB, KOB, Filter. Mandela, Bendelin, and Ward. Lead battle working on the straightaway. That red, white, and black versus the blue and yellow. 1 and 2 working through the sweeper. They got a mini margin on Danny Detloff and that blue with the flames in the 3rd spot. Tyler O'Brien going to tap out in position 5. Going to lose a couple. Back to the front. 1, 2, and 3 on that second off camber. Right, working a lap here. It's a 17-0. Didi 17-4. 17-6 from Detloff. Detloff going way wide after that sweeper. Tenney's in that 4 spot, closing the gap. Little break to O'Brien. Filter, O'Brien, Mandela, Bendelin, and Ward. Watching a chicane. Let him grab you. Someone gets it wrong. It was Didi. Tenney's going to get the benefit of that situation. So Tenney's moving up to the 3 spot now. To the 2 spot now, rather. Watching the sweeper go high. Go high in the sweeper. Watch it after the carousel. Up the hill. Clear now. Larry Wright breaking away here. Long race to go. 6:15 to go. Watching the chicane. Patience. Oh, touched wheels. He couldn't do anything about it. Ward trying to make best of that situation here. Getting the shaft. So 2 down, 6 to go. 2 down, 6 to go. Leader across the line. 17-8. Tenney's in that 2 spot across the line with a 17-8 as well. O'Brien, 17-2. Tenney's taps out at the end of the sweeper. O'Brien goes around him. So Craig O'Brien to the 2 spot now. Battle for the 2, working in that tabletop section. KOB, new to the 21.5 game, coming in swinging. Tenney's in that 3 spot. Detloff back to the 4, looking like Mandela, O'Brien, Didi. Bendelin, Filter, and Ward with 5:20 to go. Larry Wright in that red, white, and black, kissing the curbing in the chicane, flirting with disaster. Working down the line here. Daryl Frank was on it, though. Watching the chicane. Chicane exit. Craig O'Brien tapping out, losing a bunch of spots. 3 down, 5 minutes to go. A whole race left to go here. 1 and 2 have a little bit of a gap. First place car working on the straight. Second place working that second off camber. Little gap to Detloff in the third. Mandela sizing him up in the 4. And it looks like T.O.B., Didi, K.O.B., Bendelin, Filter, and Ward. Tenney's throwing down a hot lap last time by 17.4. Takes a 10th off of Larry the previous lap. Larry going to go across the line. 17.5 this time by. Here comes Tenney's. 17.8. So Larry taking back 3/10 is 5 seconds up front. 2023 Sweet Heat champion on the point right now. Tenney's in the 2. Detloff 3. Mandela 4. That's a battle for the 3 spot, working through the sweeper. Detloff in that blue with the flames. Mandela in the green, white, and black. Little gap to the battle between T.O.B. and Talon Didi. Battle for the number 5 spot, working into the chicane. T.O.B., that's Tyler O'Brien. He's in the pink and white. Didi in that blue and yellow. They've separated now from Craig O'Brien, Bendelin, Filter, and Ward. Right with a slow lap the previous time by, 19.1. It's down to 3 seconds to gap up front now. Larry going to back it up with a 17.8, 3:30 to go. Tenney's across the line, 17.7. We're at a 3-second gap up front. Larry working out of that chicane, into the tables. Onto the straightaway. Here comes Tenney's to the table. Larry, 17.4. Here comes JT, 17.3. We're down to 2.9 now. Tenney's chipping away at it with 3:10 to go. It's right. Tenney's. Detloff. Scratch at right. Tenney's, Mandela, Detloff, Didi, O'Brien, Bendelin, Filter, and Ward with 2:50 to go. Tenney's another hot lap. 17.2. Takes 3/1000ths off of Larry that time by. Filing away at his lead. It's 2:40 to go. Another 10th there in Tenney's favor. We're down to 2.8. Leader working into the kids' table right now. Right going way wide after that kids' table. Tenney's keeping it tidy. Mandela in the 3. Mandela creeping up into this lead battle a little bit here. 2:20 to go. Tyler O'Brien in the 4. Craig O'Brien 5. Didi, Detloff, Bendelin, Filter, and Ward. Battle of the O'Briens around the carousel. Didi and Detloff having a battle in front of the driver's stand. Watch the straightaway. Oh, man, Tenney's gets caught up just a bit with Filter. Oh, man, disaster there for JT. 6 down, 2 to go. Larry Wright giving a gift here. Battle for the number 4 through the chicane. 4 cars deep. It starts with T.O.B., the pink and white, working on the straightaway. K.O.B. right behind him. White, orange, maroon. Talon Didi in that blue and yellow. Detloff blue with the flames. No battle behind you, Filter. Thank you. 1:30 to go. Detloff giving Didi a little bump there. Didi scrubbing the pipe, coming on the straightaway, losing that run. Detloff trying to go around the outside, touching wheels in the sweeper. 1:15 to go. Mandela on his lid. Mandela currently residing in that 3 spot. 4, 5, 6, and 7 all creeping up on him. Bendelin in the 8. Ward in the 9. Filter in the 10. Detloff going to give it up here. 7 down, 1 minute to go. Larry Wright, 7.7 seconds to lead right now. Third place across the line, that's Skylar Mandela, working directly behind Todd Filter. Fourth place is T.O.B. Mandela 17.7, T.O.B. 17.4. K.O.B. a little endo after that triple landing. Watch it after chicane. Good patience there from Filter. No battle behind you, Todd Filter. 30 seconds to go. Oh, man. Clear now. Tyler O'Brien closing the gap. Takes 2/10 off Mandela last time by. 18 seconds on the clock. Battle shaping up for the number 3 spot. Working down the line here. Mandela in the green. O'Brien in the pink. Mandela 17.5. Tyler O'Brien 17.5. This is going to be the final lap here. 5 seconds to go. Mandela got to keep it clean. O'Brien pulling all his tricks out of his sleeve here. Time has expired. Once you cross the line, you will be done. Waiting on 2 more. And that's it. All in, all done. Larry Wright, the 4th. Takes her down here. Jamie Tenney's going to bring home that number 2 spot. Mandela in the 3. O'Brien, Didi, Detloff, Bendelin, Ward, and Filter. Mandela and O'Brien separated by 7/10 at the end there. Bendelin and Ward separated by 8/10. Close race in here tonight. Sweet Heat, round number 2. Larry Wright going to take home the victory this evening. We thank you guys all for coming out, cooking it up in this toasty track building for a little bit of Friday night racing. I got to look when the next Sweet Heat is. If you guys have a tab, make sure you head to the shop, get that cleaned up as soon as possible. Couple weeks to the next Sweet Heat. July 19th is our next round of the Sweet Heat series. If you did not participate in the first 2 races, you may not be able to win the prize, but the racing is awesome. Don't miss these last 2. July 19th, our next round in the series. Final 2 of them are in August. And we thank you all for coming out.